New Mac computers can be expensive, but what if you could get a knockoff that works exactly the same for a fraction of the cost?
A local company is selling these mock Macs and claims they're completely legal. But beware, Lou Parker's live in Pasadena with a closer look tonight. Lou.
Yes, I am. Hi, Micah and Victoria. Unless you have been hiding under a rock, of course you have heard of Mac Computer. Chances are you've been in a store like this Mac store here on Colorado in Pasadena. But if I told you I found a cheaper version and some folks swear by it, would you bite? If you've owned a Mac computer, you know it isn't cheap, sometimes costing thousands of dollars. Now this local man says he can sell you the exact same thing for nearly half the price.
It's not something really magical.
If you're interested, don't expect a fancy Mac store experience. QUO Computer is based here on a quiet street in Altadena, where Shantha De Silva, the owner, tells me it's not about the store, it's about his computer, a machine that supports a variety of operating systems. Once you buy his base, then
they get a drive. It's a swappable hard drive, and all they do is insert it into the machine.
And that's Mac, Windows, or Linux.
Exactly, whatever the customer chooses.
And voila, it's like you own a Mac. There's iTunes, even iPhoto, but for a lot less. So, is it a fake? Well, this is not the first time a clone company has tried something like this, and many have been sued by Apple. De Silva, who has only been operating for 6 months, says he's not selling a fake. People can call it what they will, but he does expect Apple has an eye on him.
I say yet because I mean, Apple is Apple, and they have huge lawyers, and they'll probably send a letter, but it doesn't matter. We are doing something very specific.
And that is offering Mac and Windows for less cash. For example, compare QUO's Max-Q to Apple's Mac Pro. The specs are exactly the same, but price nearly $1,500 different.
Hello, I'm a Mac. And I'm a PC. Hey, Mac, did you hear the...
De Silva says he's cheaper because of low operating costs, and his profit margin, compared to Apple's, is almost non-existent.
Apple started in their garage, so you know, small start. We want to take it step at a time, and we'll go from there.
All right, so if operating systems and hard drives, that all confuses you, De Silva explains it this way. He says it's sort of like if you went out and bought a set of tires from someone, they can't really tell you what roads to drive your car on. That made a little bit more sense for some of us. And Micah, of course, I spoke with a lot of folks, about 3 or 4 guys who are techie guys who own QUO computers. They're not affiliated with this guy. They love them. They swear by them and say they're actually faster than Mac. But as for Apple, on the fine print on their operating system, it says it is only to be installed on Apple products. So again, a very fine line. Reporting from Pasadena, I'm Lou Parker. Send it back to you, Micah, in the studio.
So the Apple lawyers send this man a letter. He's going to stand up to him.
He is, and you know what? He's a former employee. He used to work with them years ago, so he's very knowledgeable on how it works and how their business works, so it should be interesting to see how it turns out.
Yeah, I have a feeling this won't be the last we hear of this one. Lou Parker, thank you tonight in Pasadena.
Yeah.